Full political understanding, cooperation in the field of energy and IT, and most importantly, a similar mentality are the main factors of Ukrainian-Slovak relations. Many Ukrainians met me here with the words, "Hello, you finally returned home." In this summer of 2018, the Slovak Ambassador Marek Šafin started his work in Ukraine. For the first time, a diplomat visited the Ukrainian capital in Soviet times. Over the past 30 years, the city has completely changed. Churches have been restored, business centers and restaurants have been opened. My wife and I consider Kyiv a very beautiful city. In 1988, I was here for 3 days. Then Kyiv looked completely different. I was living where the foreign ministry is today.
Тогда, по-моему, там был то ли комсомол, то ли не помню, но знаю, что не было вообще Золотоверхового монастыря Михайловского.
In the past, I managed to travel around Ukraine. I visited Crimea, Donbass, and Western Ukraine. I saw different cities, and I must say that there is something special in every city. In particular, when I visited the Kyiv-Pechersk Lavra, I realized that when a person sees these amazing caves, they understand that not everything is so simple.
Человек, как заходит в эти пещеры, чувствует, что не все так просто.
Just a few months after he officially took office, the diplomat arrived in Novodnestrovsk in Chernivtsi region, where he attended the opening of the Days of Slovakia. This event has been held for the second year and demonstrates the cooperation between the so-called twin cities. There are contacts at the level of all Ukrainian oblasts and Slovak regions. There are approximately 15 sister cities. By the way, a cooperation agreement between Kyiv and Bratislava exists. A delegation from Kyiv paid an official visit to Bratislava in April. Both nations are very close in mentality and in terms of cultural traditions. You often are proud of your embroidered shirts, though Ukrainians are not the only nation that has these traditions. In Slovakia, there is a national dress which is very similar to your embroidered shirts. The same applies to music. The Slovak version of a folk song, Have Falcons, was the first on the list of hit parades for a long time, although one verse was sung in Ukrainian. Bands which sing in Ruthene and Ukrainian languages are gaining popularity.
На руснацком, то есть это одна из национальностей Словакии, или на украинском языке.
In April 2019, the Days of Ukraine in Slovakia were held in the Slovak city of Košice for the fourth time. There, Ukrainian-Slovak cultural and business meetings, political discussions, performances, art and photo exhibitions were held for the guests. This is a traditional event which has been organized in Košice over more than the past 5 years. There are performances by ensembles and actors, poets, as well as business people.
Актеров, поэтов и тоже людей бизнеса. Это очень такое комплексное мероприятие.
This event is attended by artists from all over Ukraine. People want to show Ukraine and vice versa.
Хотят себя показать, хотят показать Украину и ездят туда. И наоборот, бывают...
Days of Slovakia are held in Ukraine in different cities every year. We're seeking partnership between people of Slovakia and Ukraine, so we're waiting with open arms for cooperation with the Kyiv Operetta Theatre in the first half of this year.
В первой половине года.
Ukrainian art in Slovakia is very much appreciated, especially when it comes to classical music, opera singers and ballet dancers.
Например, в Кошице балетная труппа, по-моему, украинская, и не только там, в многих городах Словакии тоже.
In recent years, not only cultural interaction but also political contacts have grown stronger. For Ukraine, this is especially important because in 2019 Slovakia is chairing the OSCE and heads the Visegrad 4.
Дипломатические отношения наших стран развивались, могу сказать, в целом хорошо. У нас очень хорошие контакты на политическом.
Diplomatic relations between our countries are developing well. We have very good contacts at the political level. I can say that today the cooperation between Slovakia and Ukraine is at a level of successful resolving the burning issues, because political relations are very good.
То есть решаем конкретику, потому что отношения политические очень корректные и очень хорошие, то есть дружеские. Slovakia всегда поддерживала.
Slovakia has always supported Ukraine, its integrity and territorial independence. When it comes to the topical issue of Crimea, the position of Slovakia hasn't changed, and we will continue supporting Ukraine's territorial integrity. Our two countries have a solid, friendly relationship.
Поддерживаем и дальше. Как были вашими друзьями, остались друзьями.
Political support for the European integration course of Ukraine from Slovakia in 2016 gained a practical result. In the early 2000s, when Slovakia joined the European Union, the Slovak politician Ivan Miklos took the post of Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance and actively participated in the European integration processes of his country. From April 2016, he leads a group of advisors of the Prime Minister of Ukraine.
Украина уже выбрала.
Ukraine has chosen to work based on the benefits of the Slovak experience. Our former Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Ivan Miklos works with a group of employees in Ukraine in the Cabinet of Ministers and shares his experience. This is a person who has done a lot for Slovakia, so the country would become a member of the European Union. In this way, we entered the Eurozone. We pay in euros, which, by the way, helped stabilize finances and eliminated speculation on the foreign exchange market. Although we had to meet tough conditions, but we fulfilled our task and entered the Eurozone, which had a positive effect on the further development of the Slovak economy. Slovakia's economic indicators are very good today, and this can be an example for Ukraine to follow. Unlike other countries, Slovakia tried everything that Ivan Miklos said and shared the experience. It was not an easy path, but we got through it.
Сегодня вам Иван Миклош делится своим опытом. Это был непростой путь, но мы просто выдержали, прошли его. И сегодня уже, так сказать, жнем плоды своей работы.
Slovakia, being the smallest country of the Visegrad 4, with a population of only 5.5 million, managed to conduct the necessary reforms and improve the business climate in the early 2000s. Amazingly, over the period of 2000 to 2012, the country showed the highest aggregate growth rates among all 27 EU member countries.
Мы, конечно, будем стараться развивать экономическую составную наших отношений. После подписания выше приспособлений.
We will try to develop the economic component of our relationship. After signing an agreement, you adapt your legislation to EU laws, and these rules help streamline the sphere of economic activity.
Хотя есть еще много проблем, но я думаю, что Украина движется хорошим путем.
What is important for both political and economic dialogue is the fact that Slovakia is opposed to the Nord Stream 2 project. Today, the cooperation of countries in the energy sector is one of the main ones.
Мы заинтересованы тоже в транзите газа и энергоносителей.
We're interested in gas transit and oil energy carriers through Ukraine's territory. We're the largest gas suppliers and managed to come to an agreement with Russia's Gazprom in 2014 on the reverse supply direction, thanks to which Ukraine received gas and to this day continues to receive gas supplies.
Сколько она захочет, столько и поставляем. В прошлом году это было около почти 10 миллиардов кубометров.
A new direction is the sphere of education, especially engineering and technical specialities. The profession of an IT specialist in Ukraine is considered to be one of the most promising. Today, more than 115,000 people are employed in this field, and by 2015, the number can grow to 240,000. This, of course, creates huge opportunities for international cooperation. The IT field is very interesting. Last year, we started such cooperation in the field of science and education. Students of IT can earn a double diploma. First, they study in Ukraine and then get master's degree in Slovakia.
Магистратуру заканчивают в Словакии. Некоторые частные компании словацкие, они оплачивают их проживание.
Slovak companies pay for their accommodation and studies. After receiving a diploma, they stay in Slovakia for 2 years and then return home.
Остаться там где-то 2 года в Словакии, потом возвращаются на родину или куда хотят. В наших интересах было бы как-то вот отработать то, что надо, чтобы они возвращались в Украину и развивали.
Our interest is that they return to Ukraine and develop different industries here.
Очень высоко оценивают уровень знаний украинских студентов. Значит, украинские студенты.
All of our universities highly appreciate the knowledge of Ukrainian students. Universities of Kharkiv, Odessa, Lviv work very actively in this direction.
Вузы, например, Харькова, Одессы.
I sincerely hope that other students will have the opportunity to earn a double diploma in the nearest future.
Диплом, то есть европейский и украинский, появится и у других студентов.
Slovakia began to provide humanitarian assistance to residents of the free cities of Luhansk and Donetsk regions almost from the beginning of the armed conflict. We were one of the first to declare that we will take people and demonstrators and people working for law enforcement agencies for treatment because they're all Ukrainians and they're our close friends. Since 2014, Slovakia has delivered humanitarian aid valued at 5.5 million euros. The population of Slovakia can be easily placed in Kiev, 5.5 million people. In addition to that, there are projects such as health travels, according to which Ukrainians can spend several weeks relaxing in Slovakia. They are offered to children and their families, or the wounded soldiers, and this includes our cooperation with the Regional Children's Hospital in Lysychansk. During the last visit of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Slovakia, Miroslav Lajčák, to Donbass, cargo was transferred in the amount of more than 120,000 euros. This humanitarian aid was delivered to the Lysychansk Children's Hospital, which the Slovaks have been supporting for several years. During the last visit of the minister, when he visited Ukraine as OSCE chairman, he also visited Stanica Luhanska, where there is another project, Lifeline, which Slovakia supports with several tens of thousands of euros.
Один проект называется «Линия жизни», который Словакия поддерживает несколько десятками тысяч евро. Это такое учреждение, где находится современное, скажем так, медицинское оборудование.
There you can see modern medical equipment, which is intended to help local citizens standing in line when moving from one territory to another.
Потому что там бывают случаи даже смертельные, когда люди истощены или у них там разные приступы. И тоже посетил Лисичанск, и в то время там были 2 фуры гуманитарной помощи, которые я передал в больнице.
The military conflict in the east of Ukraine doesn't rule out the possibility of the development of tourism, because the conflict covers only about 5% of the territory. For example, in the summer of 2019, the new Košice-Chop-Mukachevo railway route will be launched, which will help Ukrainian and Slovak tourists to learn more about each other's countries. The most visited city is Bratislava, because it is located 40 kilometers from the Vienna airport and 60 kilometers from Vienna. A lot of Ukrainian tourists are in the east of Slovakia, for example, in the city of Košice, and they travel quite frequently to the high Tatra mountains for a winter holiday.
Я должен сказать, что они тоже являются желанными туристами.
They're welcome tourists for us, because this gives Ukrainians a chance to relax. I would like to take the family because they have not seen all the places that I visited, and I would like to show them the sights of Ukraine. For example, the desert in Kherson region. The Ukrainian Sea also has its benefits. Other Ukrainian cities should also be promoted in Slovakia. There are so many interesting places like Bukovel. I would like to take my family to show the best places for vacationing in Ukraine. The Carpathian Mountains, which are located on the territory of both countries, are also a great topic for cooperation, both in terms of tourism, culture, and even ecology. Indeed, in 2007, the Carpathian beech forests were recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Today, cooperation continues in the framework of the Eastern Carpathian Biosphere Reserve. This is the only trilateral biosphere reserve in the world, where the efforts of Ukraine, Slovakia, and Poland protect a unique ecological complex of classical Carpathian forests.